的代表，大家晚上好。这里是第5届世界青年佛学研讨会的现场。今天晚上咱们会进行对话的环节，我们要请出几位嘉宾来进行一个主题的对话。我们的主题是藏传佛教传统。咱们先来请出几位嘉宾，他们分别是中国南京农业大学教授牛津。
First is Niu Jin,
英
professor
国肯特大学博士阮吉，
from Nanjing Agricultural University,
中国
and
青海大学教授
Ran
梅红英，
Ji, from University of Kent, Mei Hongying,
有请三位。
professor from Qinghai Nationalities University.
怎么样？咱们再来点掌声，好不好？
Okay, let's welcome our guests. Give them applause.
咱们今天要说大家都非常感兴趣的一个话题，藏
Today, the
传佛教
topic
传
is
统。
what we are interested
在
in.
座的3位呢，都对这个话题啊，
I
可
think
以
the
说
three
有
of
深
you
入的研究。咱们就一个一个来吧。
Know
好吧
much more about the
我们先
topic.
来那个问一下
First,
牛津教授哈。
I want to ask
我知道您
Professor
研究的专
Niu.
业是
I know your major is economics.
我们知道佛学是一种古老的文化，
As we all know,
经济学
Buddhism
是现
is
代
a
的文明的
product
产
of
物，
ancient
这两者之
culture,
间
while economy is a
到底有哪
product
些关联？
of modern civilization. What's the relation between them?
Alright.
我非常赞同您的。
I agree with you.
公元前6世纪
6th century BC,
创建佛教
Buddha
距今呢
established
已经有
Buddhism.
2500
Since then, it has been
到
about 2,500 years to 3,000 years,
经济学体系的
whereas
形成
the economics formation was signaled by the publication of The Wealth of Nations of Adam Smith in 1776.
那么从时间长度上来看，经济学它的历史只是
The length
佛教
of
历
its
史的
history
1/10还不
is
到。
less than
所以呢
1/10 of the
两者形成
Buddhism.
了古老和现代的鲜明的对比。
These forms a distinguished comparison.
来说，
For myself,
从事经济学的这个教研工作
I've been teaching and studying economics for more than 30
正
years,
式的学习佛学，
but
只有短短
the
的
learning
3
of
年多的时
Buddhism
间。
is just more than 3 years.
学习佛学的时间是从事经济学教研工作的
So the time of
时间的
Buddhism I
认
learned
知呢肯定
is
是
less
非常
than
肤浅
1/10 the time of
但是呢
economics.
我愿意
So
跟
my knowledge
在
of
座的
Buddhism
各位
is
嘉
not
宾来
enough,
分享。
but I'd like to share.
从文化的层面上来看
From
这
cultural
个佛
perspective,
学和经济学
Buddhism and economics
我们人类
all
认
belongs
识
to
自
the
我和自然的
philosophic
精神范
category
畴。
about humans'
那么如果
recognition
说
of self
两
and
者
the
它有什么
nature.
共同的地方和联系，主要体现在呢，就是两者都在
The
倡导
similarities is
提高生命的
they
福
all
祉
advocate to improve life's welfare
佛
and
学当中
spread
的这个
goodness.
善是大家
The
都
goodness
知道
in
的，
Buddhism
叫做
is very
众
well
善
known.
奉行
It
众恶
encourages
莫
us
作
to cultivate all
而经济学
good
当中
deeds
的这个
and
善
avoid all
主
bad
要是
actions.
呢，学者
Whereas
对
in
善
economics,
的
it
思考
mainly
在
refers
现实
to
当
the
中的一个
scholars'
阐
thinking
述。
and explanation on
比如
this
说
in the
啊
reality,
如何通过这个
like
经营算计
how to
来
use
达到
management
节约
to
和节省的目
realize
的。
economization.
有着
This
诸多的
is the essence
共
of
性
economics, so they share
确
many
实让我们
commonalities.
这个眼前一亮哈，可以把经济学
Yes,
跟
you
佛学
really
当中的一些共
make
性啊
us
这样
enlightened.
提炼出来。 很多朋友都说这个像您刚才讲的，他们有这个向善啊这样的一种
I think they share their common commonalities, but what's the major difference between them?
首先
Firstly,
现代经济学体系
now
它的形成，它的逻辑演绎
the logic and the formation of economics is well affected by the Western philosophy and culture, which promote individualism and is based on human. Suppose that everyone is rational, called economic man. So our decision is based on self-profit maximization, like producers' profit maximization and users' utilization maximization. Adam Smith has once expressed the idea that rational people's pursuit of self-interest actually and intentionally promote the social welfare, suggesting that people subjectively benefit themselves but objectively benefit the society. Comparatively, the footing of Buddhism is wisdom and the benefiting of others. In Mahayana, others means all beings. It advocates equality between man, human, and other beings, the cooperation between people rather than competition, and it also advocates the harmony with nature. That is first point. Secondly, economics seeks to solve how to use the limited resource to satisfy the endless needs of human. I think everyone can feel the scarcity of resource, like from the worldly point of view. Our life or time is limited. Our ability is limited. So is our wealth, and so on. The question is how to meet the endless desire of human, which takes it reasonable that human should have endless needs to be satisfied. In this sense, it seems to expand our desire of consumption or indulge us in desire. So the result so the result is as the acceleration of science, technology, and economic development, the result is getting worse, like the exhaustion of resource, the expansion of material desire, inequality of distribution, and pollution. This is unimaginable in the time of Adam Smith and cannot be explained and solved by economics. If we can employ the idea of Buddhism into the practice of economics, respecting nature and natural rules, and using altruism and goodness as the guidance of our economic behaviors, thus we can solve the problem. That is, through this idea, to guide our economic behaviors, we can reach the goal of
或者是最佳的一个
using
消
the
费
limited
以此为立足点来
resource
修正现代的经济
to
学体系，
fulfill
就
the
能从
desire.
根本上来解决有限的资源和无限需求这一对矛盾。我认为佛教的这个理念，
I
它
think
同样的适用于我们生活当中的
idea
方
of
方面面，
Buddhism
很
can
值得我
also
们
be
在
applied in every
实践当
aspect
中
of
去
our
体会
life
去践
and
行。
is
就
worth
是说是一种
be
修正
doing
的
so.
关系，您觉得是？就是说那个这么理解哈，
Yes.
就是经济学可以修正，佛学可以修正经济学一些不足的地方。
That's the Buddhism
这么来
and
理解。
economics
但是我想
can
提
be
个问题
combined
就是很多
together
朋友他也
in some
会观
sense.
察到，
And
咱们
some
现在现实的
people
情况就是在
thought about
这
this
个藏地有不少
because
的这个藏
in
族
Tibet
的朋友，他们面临
most
的情况就
Tibetan
是经
people
济相对欠发达，
are
而且
living
可能是
under
落差比
a
一些大城市经
comparatively
济发展
poor
地区
living
落差还
condition.
特别特别大。 但是
So
呢，
there is the
他
gap
们心灵很满足。
between
心
Tibet
灵很满
and
足
the developed
而同时呢，比如
cities.
说在一些发达地区
However
这个北上广深等等地方，这个大家很有钱很富足，心灵却很空虚。
Well,
这
the
个又
people
困惑了，
living in the developed cities
怎么来理解？
always feel very poor
我没有去过
spiritually.
藏地。
I've
但
never
是
been
呢
to
今
Tibet.
年3月份
In March
中央
this
电
year,
视台播
CCTV
出了一部
broadcast
大
a
型纪录片
documentary
第
film
3集。
called The Third
那么这部
Pole,
片子呢，它展现的
which
是
unfolds
青藏高
the
原
Tibetans'
人和
lives,
自然和
their
谐相
harmony
处的点
with
点滴
the
滴。
nature,
从中呢也诠释出藏民族的
and
财富
their
观。
attitude to wealth.
青藏高原呢是我们
The
地
Tibetan
球上
plateau is
除了南
on
极
our
和北
earth
极
the third
之外的
pole
第三
besides
极，
South Pole and
也
North
是
Pole,
呢人类心灵的
and
制高
the
点。
top of human mind.
大部分藏族人
Most
信奉
Tibetans
藏传
believe
佛
in
教，
Buddhism.
他们用智慧
They use
从
their
大自然
wisdom
当
to
中
obtain
获取
life
衣食住行
necessities
的物质。
from the nature.
我曾经呢也把这部片子
I've
推
recommended
荐给我
it
身边
to
的同仁、
friends
朋友
and
和
students,
学生来看，
my
我们呢也
colleagues.
一起讨论
We've
过。
discussed it
在
on
此呢
it.
我也把这部片子推荐给在座的各位嘉宾。
Now I recommend it to you.
如果说这个佛教它的财富观
If
有
there
什
is
么
anything
特殊的地
special
方
to say about
我
the
想
attitude
主要
of
是
wealth in Buddhism,
体现在
I
这样
think
几个
is
方面第一呢，就是佛
Firstly,
教它不仅注重的是
Buddhism
狭义的物
emphasizes
质
not
财
only
富，
on material
更注重
wealth,
呢就是广义的
but more
这
on
个财
wealth
富
like
比如说快乐、
health,
健
happiness,
康
health,
这个人缘、
relationship,
信仰、
belief,
慈悲、
compassion,
智慧
and
等等。
wisdom. Those
我们
intangible
表面上
spiritual
看
wealth.
说藏族人物质和
On
经
the
济
surface,
不富裕，但
Tibetans
是
may
呢
not be
他们
rich
的精神
materially,
很富足。
but they are rich
还有呢，就是佛
spiritually.
教，它不仅
Besides,
这个重视的是
Buddhism
短
does
期
not
的
just
今
focus
生
on
的一时的财
temporarily
富，
or this short
更
life's
注重的
wealth.
是呢来
It
生的和永久的
focuses more
财富。
on the afterlives and permanent wealth.
第二点呢，就是佛教
Secondly,
把它
Buddhism
用因缘果
uses
报
cause
来说
and
明
effect
财富的
to
获得和使用。
illustrate the obtaining
主
and
张
use of
倡导我
wealth.
们以积累福
It
德、
believes that we
广结
should
善缘
accumulate
来获得财
merits
富。
and create
这有点
auspicious
类似
connections
于就
to
是
gain
我们
wealth.
俗语所
Much
说的
like what
叫
we are
做君
saying,
子爱财
a
取之有
gentleman
道。
makes money in
那
a
么
right way.
在财富的使用上，佛教
As for the use of
提倡我
wealth,
们
Buddhism
分
encourages
享来代替拥有
sharing other than owning, that is offering,
告诉我们以随缘
to
随
offer
喜
happily
随份
within
来
your
进行布
ability
施
and
从而
without
种
attachment
下善缘。
to see the
这样
good
呢，就形
karma.
成了财富的获
Thus,
得和使用
it
上的
can
一个
form
连
a
续性的循环
virtuous cycle.
这是第二点。
That is the second
第
point.
三点呢，就是佛
Thirdly,
教的这个财富观
The
它倡导我
The
们对
wealth
财富不
attitude
执
of
着。
Buddhism is not to attach to wealth,
有句寄送叫万般带不去，
because
唯
it
有
is
月
said
水仙。
nothing can be brought
那
with
么
us but
与今
the
世的财
karma.
富相比较，
So
藏族人藏民族
Tibetans care more for accumulating merits and
如果
liberation.
我想我们懂得这个道理，
Knowing this,
我们就 和藏民族一样
We will not be trapped by wealth, just like Tibetans happily and freely.
我还想问一个问题哈，
I
就是
also
刚
have a
才您一
question.
开始就跟大家透
You
露
have
了
mentioned
学佛短短3
that
年时间，可能
you
跟
have
台下不少的
started
学员相比，可能还
to learn Buddhism
比他们还多。
years ago.
但是呢，但是您作为一个在讲坛上面有30多年
You are a teacher. You have been a teacher
教师，
for
有没有
almost
想
30
过
years.
就是其实除
Have
了
you
在
ever thought
这
about
个研究当中可以把佛
not
学跟经济学来做一
just
个补充，
study
在
on
教
the
学上面
Buddhism
佛学能不能
and
也可以
economics,
有助于
but
教学
also try to integrate Buddhism into your
其
teachings?
实刚开始并没有
Not at the
但是呢
beginning.
2年前
2 years
这个
ago,
这个期末的
this spring,
国际贸易
during
课
the
程
spring
考试
term,
的时候
during the final exam
我
of
在监考
international
呢就
treat,
是
I was supervising the
无意当
exam.
中去翻看了
I
学
looked
生
at
放
the
在这个讲台
textbooks
上的
that
他们的
students
教材
put on the
我
desk
的本意当时呢是
casually,
想看一看
wanting
学
to
生
know how well
这个课后
students
他们自
learn
学
after
的一个状
class.
况。那么其中呢有一本书，它的扉
And I
页
found a book
就
in its first
工工整整地操
page,
作心经的
a
全文，
handwriting
并且在
of a
后面
whole,
写了几
a
个大
full
字，
heart
心
suture,
经振国贸。
and a sentence, heart suture overcomes
考试
international
结束
treat.
以后
After
我
the
就特意
exam,
留
I
意
asked
一
the
下这个
student,
学生我就问他，
Have
我
you
说镇住了吗？
overcome
他会心的一
successfully?
笑，告
She
诉我
smiled
说，
and replied,
当然。
Of course.
这件事儿就让我这个莫名的
This
兴
made
奋了
me
很久
excited for
一直在
quite a
想
while.
所以那年的暑假
In
在
this
准备这
summer
个研究
term,
生的一门
as
课
the
程国际
course
商务
my
我就这
preparation
个
for the
东西方
international
文化的
business
差异
for
这
postgraduates
部分内容，我出了
on
一
the
些
topic of Western
讨
and
论题
Eastern cultural
让
difference.
学
I
生以
proposed
这
some
个
questions
叫
for
presentation
students
的
to
方式
discuss
展开
by
这
the
个
form of
讨论。
presentation.
其中呢有一道题我是这样
One
出的，
question
就是
is
中
about
国传统文化儒释
applying
道思
Buddhism,
想在商务活动当中
Confucianism,
的
Taoism
运
into
用。那么
business
课堂上讨论
activities.
呢，应该是气氛非常热
The
烈，甚至
discussion
相互
was
之
very
间
heated.
争得面红耳赤我呢非常满意，
I
因为
felt
呢
pleased
随后的一段时间
because
跟学生
after
聊天的时
class,
候还时不
we
时的
still
会
talk
就这
about
个问
it
题呢
sometimes.
展开讨论同学们有一种叫意犹未尽的
The
感觉，
students
意犹未尽啊。
were full of
这也
interest.
是我想要的一个效
That's
果
the。result I want.
那刚才您说这个心经振国贸还可以振很多工商
You
等
have
等各方面
mentioned that Buddhism
这个
yes,
可能是
can overcome a lot of
部
things.
分同学他的一个理解。
This
那
is
您
the
现
understanding
在
of
您觉得
most
这个佛
students
学
of
真的能
of
去解
yours.
释一些经
So
济学的
can
问
you
题？
can you think that the Buddhism can explain the
我
economic
想
problem?
如果
I
我们
think
把佛陀的
if
教导
we use the
贯
Buddha's
穿于我
teachings
们的思维、
to guide our thoughts,
心态和生活
mindset
当中，
in life,
能解决生命
we
当中
can
的
solve
根本问
even
题。
the basic
我
issue
相
of
信
life.
佛教
So I
的
believe
圆融和
because
究竟
Buddhism is inclusive and the
解释
most
经济学当中的
ultimate, so
任
it
何
can
的
solve, of
question，
course,
也
explain
能解
any
决我们现实
economic
这个
questions
现实经济
and
当中的任
can
何的
solve any
problem
economic problems.
为什么这样说？我举个例子。
For
经济
example,
学当中这个
in
效率
economics,
和公平
the efficiency and justice, their contradiction puzzles the scholars and experts
顾此失彼。
as if they cannot be obtained at the same time.
如果要是注重效率，那么可能就有失公平。
With efficiency, we
反过
may
来
not，
如
attain
果是注重
justice.
公平，那么就要牺牲效率。
With justice, we may not attain
This is the
efficiency.
traditional way.
那么有些人就得出了一个结论，
So
说
there's someone
公
saying
平这个
that
词是世界上最没有
justice
意义
is the most meaningless term in the world
世界上没有绝对的
because
公平。
there is no absolute
那
justice.
么真的是这样吗？
Is that true?
佛教的理念
Buddhism told us
提高效率最根本的
to
途径
improve efficiency. The basic method
大善和利
is
他
to do good things and benefit others. The absolute justice is the rule of cause and effect, because it is the truth of the worldly life. If obey the rule to undertake economic activities, justice and harmony can be realized. Like our good deeds and benefiting others will definitely lead to good results and thus improve efficiency. Reversely, if we do bad things, we will definitely pay for it and impair the efficiency and suffer from bad results. Clear about this, we will know how to behave.
好，谢谢哈，谢谢。
Thank you so much.
咱们再来问一下阮博士哈，阮博士在英国研究的是社会学啊。那么刚才呢，这个我们分享了一下，刘教授啊，他把这个佛学跟经济学做了一个比较。
Professor New just made a comparison between Buddhism and economics. So what about sociology?
在社会学呢，
In sociology, there is a branch called religious sociology. It studies the relationship between religion and society.
我研究的不是宗教社会学。
My research area not social, not religious society,
我研究的是社会。
and my area is social capital and social trust.
我发现啊，这个
I found that Buddhism has great positive effects on the increase of social capital and social trust.
社会资本啊，咱们商业资本听得很多。
Social
社会资本应该怎么来理
capital.
解？
How can we understand it?
在西方社会学界，
In Western academia,
有不同的这个定义。
it has
有
different
些人认为
definitions.
社会资本呢
Some
是一
people
种
regard it as
社会资源
a kind of social resource.
有人呢，他认为它
Some
是一种
regard it
能够
as
促进社会合作的
a
一种
social norm that promotes social cooperation.
但是越来越多哈。
But more and more scholars believe
社会
it.
资本呢是一种
It is
社会网络中
It is an ability of obtaining resource from the social
这样的
network.
打比方啊，小
For
天。
example,
我考一下你好不好？这样的，你的朋友呢？
let me
不要
test
紧张，
you.
不要紧张，我看你好紧张。
Don't be nervous.
好，这样的
英国的博士。
这样的哈，你的朋友的单车
So your
是你的社会
friend's
资源
bicycle
呢，还是
is your
资本？
social resource or your social capital? Could you answer that?
Social capital
你朋友单车。
我首先想
or social
的是社会
resource?
资源。
I think it is about social resource.
Yeah.
哎
It should
博士后
be.
绝对
It is
啊，上
social
升在那里。
resource. It's a clever
因为这两
answer.
天我就一直留意在那个绿湖酒店那
Because
个单车，
For those
因为
2
咱们过
days,
来非常不太方便，我
对对
就很想骑过来。
对你接到了吗？
但是我在绿湖酒店没有朋友。
I
对
don't have a
如果你
friend
有能力
Yeah.
借到
So
Green Lake
if you have
Resort.
the ability
它才变成你
of
社会
borrowing
资本，或者
the bicycle of your
你
friends,
这种本事就是你社会资本。
this ability
这
is
现在
your
是越来越
social
多人认
capital.
为是一种本事，一种能力。
So
对
it is an ability.
那个社会资本呢，它对促进这个公民社
Social
会
capital
这
can be
个
a
社区
promotion
治理国家福利
for the
经济增长
community
它都有积
governance,
极作用
civil society, national
世界
welfare,
银行
and
认为
economic
社会资本
increase.
特点在于它
World
塑
Bank
造了一
believes
种
that social
人际交往的
capital
一种
helps to
制度跟规矩。
shape a healthy form of the
这样
system
我去
and
年啊，我
norms
记得去
of
年
social
我
social
报了一个
association.
庙
Last year, I emailed to a professor,
我跟他探讨
a professor in World Bank,
社会资本的一
and
些
I asked for his understanding of
然后
social
他也
capital.
是这样认为的。
He gave me the same
当时我就
answer.
跟他说，
Then I
在我们
told
中
him
国有一些社会资
it
本，
could be a different
它不
case
一
in
定能够
China,
促进这个公民
because
社
some
会。
kind of social capital may not
为什么
have
这样说呢？
positive access or
因为
civil
中国的传统
society.
社会的特点是
Why?
差距格局。
It is because in
这
traditional
是
Chinese
费孝
society,
通老先生的一个著
the
名概
social
念
capital
差
is
距
a
格局。
differential mode of association.
那么，
As pointed by
这
Mr.
个
Fei Xiaotong,
差距格局呢，就是说
it means that
人们是通过
people
这种以自我
use
为中心的，
self-centric
然后呢，这
personal
个有
network
亲疏明显的
to obtain social
这样
resource,
一个私人的
and
社会
there's
网络中
differentiation
得到
between the close one and the distant one.
然后呢，因为这种 我把它叫做这个关系资本。
So I called it as 关系 capital.
当时在西方啊
In the West, however,
怎么得资源呢？它大多数是通过
how they obtain social resource.
成为一个会员，得到会员资格。
They get used to join a certain association, and they have a social network. And through that, they will attain social resource. And so they define this kind of association as social capital. But when we're talking about 关系 capital or non-关系 capital, it is through organization to obtain social resource. It is beneficial for the civil society. While 关系 capital, which is usually called 搞关系, it is related with friends and relatives, and it cannot promote the development of civil society. And even worse, it can destroy the civil society. Mr. Fishelton thought that this is due to the lack of the government ability. But according to our traditional culture, it is efforts more on loving people, loving kindness. And due to a lack of traditional culture, nowadays in China, the social capital is not so good. I thought that the British are all very friendly. Suppose if your luggage is very huge, there must be someone who can help you. It is very true, because I travel between China and the UK for more than 7 years. Every time my luggage is so huge, and every time someone came to help me. And the British are always very friendly to the strangers. One example, one time when I went to the gas station for filming, and then I saw another car nearby. Inside, it is a girl sitting inside, and very naturally she smiled to me, so very friendly. And in Buddhism, we address that everyone is equal, and we should benefit everyone. This kind of teaching is very good to improve the social capital, because we are talking about I love everyone and everyone loves me. And in this case, social capital is in a healthy mode. On the contrary, if we don't care of anyone, and we lose such kind of social capital. So when you need help, you need to find a familiar guy, and you also need to build some relationships through Bible or something else. So there's no differentiation between the close one and the distant ones. And so that it is a very good way to promote the social capital.
I have a question. I think the mutual trust is the basis. So, when we're talking about the social trust, it is one big factor of social capital. If we have a great trust between each other, we can save a lot of social running costs. As I mentioned in my experience in England, while as I was back to China, when in a station I helped a stranger carry his luggage or something else. If his luggage is too huge, I may help him naturally. But that guy said, "What are you doing? This is my luggage." He was afraid that I would steal his bag. So you see, it's kind of weird. When I smile to a guy on street,
然后呢，陌生人他看我微笑，他的脸上的肌肉就是这样，很想羞羞不出来的，不知怎么回事
and wonder what's happening.
很尴尬的，就是这个。
kind of
然后呢，
embarrassed.
我们擦肩而过之后呢，他老回头，因为我刚好在那边，
And then he keep looking at me,
我就发现呢，
keep
擦
watching
肩之过
me,
之后，他老回头，他
keep watching me,
这是
turning
谁呀？
back
怎么
and
跟我微
watching
笑
me,
呢？在哪里见
and
过？
wondering if I knew him, if he had seen me
还有
before
我在大学里
somewhere.
边的电梯坐电梯，
And
那么只有
also
一个人，我
sometimes
进
when I take
这时候来
elevators,
了一个女大学生，那么我就
one
把电梯
time
按，这时候呢，
I
电梯
smiled
里
to a
有多少
lady.
人呢？小天，就孤男寡女嘛哈。那
Nobody
那
else
我习惯
in the
看到人
elevator.
我就跟他微笑
Because I get used
那我
to
看那个
smile
女
to
生，我跟她微
strangers.
笑，结果那个
So
女
I
生
did the same thing. And that
，Oh my
lady
God！
was so
酒店，你
surprised.
说我的微笑有这么可怕吗？
I was wondering how
很
horrible
温柔
my
大家
smile
评评
was.
理啊！
是不是很温柔？
Very gentle smile.
好了，所以呢，你看人跟人之间的信任啊，这特别低。
So-
还有
so you
住酒
see,
店，
social
我印
trust
象最
is
深
very
刻，在
important.
英国、欧洲啊，我住过很多酒店，
And
不管
also-
是低档的、高档的，只有当你 check out 的时候，当你退房的时候， 他
in
绝对
Europe
不
or
可能会
some other country,
不管是高档低档，
it is
他
never,
就会问你
they
说
will
你
never
有没
examine
有
your room, no
收
matter
费那
what
个
kind
mini
of
bar 的东
hotel
西，就是
when
mini
you're
bar， 它
checking
里面
out.
放一些吃的什
They
么
may just ask you
有
if
没有
you
收费？
used
有的话
if
还可
you've
以算，
used the
没有
stuff
就
in
不算。
mini bar.
我说，哎，我
And
吃了
if
一
you
半花
used,
生，
they will
他就
take
算
a
一半花
charge.
生。
Otherwise,
我说我没有什
they
么没
just
吃，
let you
他
go.
都不算钱，他不用人去查的，
They,
是吧？然后呢，
it's never
这个
necessary
这个信
to
任真的非常高。
examine the room.
还有呢，你看，我们在
So this
英
is a
国
small
如果你
example.
去商店里买个 iPhone，
And
贵的哈
also,
最新出的
if you bought an
好几千
iPhone together
然后呢，
with
你买的
its
时候呢，他会
with
推荐你买保险嘛？
with its
那你买的时候就
introduction
给
as
他买保险，一个月7
recommended.
块钱。那么之后呢，如果第二天你
And if
手
you
机
get
丢了，
get it
当然
lost
有
the
些人
next
可
day.
能不一定真的丢了。如果你手就丢了，你过去警察局跟他说我手机丢了，
You can just
警察
send
局
the
给你开
report
一
to the
个
local
证明，
police,
让你回到
and
商
they
店
will
里
issue
再
you
给
a
他买一个免费的，
verification.
对吧？这样的信任
And
非常
then
高
you
吧
can get one
对
more
吧？那
iPhone
如果
from the
是
same
在别的国
store.
家不一定能够做到这样的。
I don't think
所
in
以
other
呢，我
country
就
we
觉
can do
得
the
这
same
种
thing.
信任啊，真的是
So I feel that this
是非常好。如
kind
果
of
大家
social
不信
trust
任了，我们
is so
的运作成
important.
本高，我们交的保险
Otherwise,
费也会
our
高。
social operating cost would be very high.
我觉得哈，如果这个
And
不信任啊，这个还是跟
without
社会风气
trust,
和文化有关系。
it is
那
also
例如
due
说，从
to
文化来说，我
something
们
with the
传统
social
的这个
morality.
观念啊，有时候很强。例如说，大家开公司、开工厂，
Chinese
喜
people
欢请
may
自己亲戚
prefer
朋友啊，
working with
因为这
family
届的气
members
不
or
过，
local
外地
friends
气
to
不过
run a
啊
company or
那
something
个
else.
福商呢，把这个叫做 low trust society，
And
信任社
it
会。
is called low trust
然后
society.
从社会道德风气来说哈，就是近年
And
来
from
呢
the perspective
这
of the
个
morality,
社会风气不是很好。那么这个
it is
职业
not
道
so
德不好，
good.
例如说，
And
大家
also the
不信任
professional
医生
ethics
因为怕那
is
个医
not
生
so
做
good.
手
They
术
didn't
的时候
follow
把那个棉花
professional
糖给
ethics.
缝在里边，是吧？不信
And
任教授
they
说他
may
们抄
they
论
may
文，不信
lose
任官
trust
员
towards
说贪污，
doctors
不
or
信任网购，不
professors
信任专
or
家，什么都不
officials
信
or
任。
any
这
kind
个
of
社会运作真
experts.
的很难运作。虽然你说我们中国经济好了，大家都有钱
So
了，
even
可是
people
你真正
seeing
信
that
我们真
economics
正的
in
生
China
活
is
质量
very
提高
good,
吗？
but
这
the
个
quality
你
of
值得
life
考虑
may not so
然后
good.
呢，这个我觉得佛学哈对
And
社
also
会
I
道
feel
德的改
that
善有积极的意义。
Buddhism
一
can
日
play
真
a
正的佛教
very
徒不会
positive
说，
role
人家不给你红包，
in this
你就把那
area.
棉花糖缝在里面吧，不
For
可能
a
这样做的
for
嘛
a real Buddhist,
然后
for
呢，
a genuine
你
Buddhist,
不可能
they
去抄
deny
一个人做
corruption.
平仄称嘛，对吗？你也不可能说
And they will
这
never
个
demand extra money from a patient or copy others' paper for his
那
own
么这样的
promotion.
对这个社会风气是有很大改善的作用的。
So it can promote the
然后呢，
social
我觉得
morality
不信任
very
是因为这个
effectively.
社会缺少爱。
And also, a
缺少
lack of
爱
trust,
缺少利他
I think it is due to
大家
the
知道
lack
他
of
也不会利我，
love
我也不会利
and
他，所以
altruism.
我也不能信任你，你也不
Because
能
I
信任他。
I don't
对吧？
care
所以呢，
care
我觉
about
得
you and I don't trust you.
这个没有
This is
爱
very
就没有
bad.
社会信
This
任
is due to
没
a
有
lack
爱
of
呢，
love.
这个社会就有杀伐
Without
现象
love,
变成杀开的
without
杀，
love, the entire society is just like a pile of sets that cannot be compounded together. As a result, there is no social capital. And the Chinese people actually have a very good tradition of filial piety. And for example, to the old people, to the kids, and very polite. Last year, the Prime of the UK also talking about the very good Chinese tradition. And he said they may learn this kind of tradition in UK. So I think maybe in China we are kind of lack this kind of education of traditional culture.
Yes, you're right.
This way we can promote social trust.
I have read your articles before. You mentioned the situation of differential model of association. Could you explain it? That's any advice from the Buddhism perspective to the development of China?
To me, I feel that Buddhism should be socialized rather than individualized. What the individual meaning is that practice Buddhism oneself, stay inside a home and just keeping chanting Amitabha and hoping to be the Lord in pure light as soon as possible. This is very good for oneself. I already did that yesterday. However, I didn't see Amitabha. So I'm here today. So this kind of practice is very good. However, we also need Buddhism to be socialized, which means that Buddhist teaching should be a regulation or a norm of all Buddhists. In this way that we can promote social capital and to benefit people in this way, and everyone can get benefit from that. So this is my personal view.
好，我们再来问一个问题啊，是代表那个学员们问你的。刚才您讲到在英国生活
You have been studying and working in the UK
再讲一下好不好
for many years, and there are many interesting stories. Would you like to share with us?
As a Buddhist living in the UK, I feel the main trouble for me is that it's not easy to give capital animals. Why? Because there's in China it's very easy because we can always buy live animals in any kind of market in China. But in the UK we cannot do this. No matter in regular market or supermarket, there's no living animals being sold. We can only see the frozen body of animals. And if I really want find living animals, I need to drive very far away to a supermarket, to a wholesale market for the living seafood. So it is very difficult to release capital animals. And also, according to the law, living animals is not allowed to killed at one's own home. Otherwise, the police will call you. And in slaughterhouse, when killing animals, it has to be used some kind of a human way. Otherwise, the Association of Animal Protection will come to protest them. So in the UK, you will see that wild dogs run on the grass, goose swim in the water, pigeons, rabbits, squirrels, fox, they all enjoy a free life. It may seem very rare in China. Maybe only can see this in the zoo. But in UK, it is very common. They are not afraid of people because nobody will harm them. Nobody will eat them. So I feel that the harmony between human and the nature is really something we should learn.
那么说到动物哈，让我们也想到在藏区啊，人与动物人与自然和谐相处的这样一个话。我们来
harmony between the people and the animals in Tibet.
在教这个
And Professor May, you have been
teaching the Tibetan college students. So any differences between the Tibetan college students and other university students? Applause for Professor May.
I've taught Tibetan students these years, and I applied for teaching those Tibetan students. For Tibetan students have a very good outlook on life and right values. 99% of the university students believe that virtue is rewarded and vice is punished, as well as the concept of reincarnation. Maybe it's the influence of Mahayana Buddhism. They're energetic, joyful, kind-hearted, and honest. They love dancing and singing. I often see them dancing and singing at break. They really are joyful. I think their parenting are good. They are educated not to kill animals, even the slightest animal like ants. And they are educated not to waste food, cherish their marriage, not to steal anything, and protect the environment. During this process, I also found the Tibetan students reverence the teachers. I remember a boy in my class. I usually criticized him in the public. But he did not bear any resentment, but returned good. After graduation, we have a lot of contact. When he was the graduate student in Qinghai University, he invited me to Lhasa. So I invited my families with me to visit him. He accompanied me and all my families during this trip. We went to as far as Lake Nam. Sometimes he half joked that it seems that you didn't like me when I was your student. I feel a little bit embarrassed. And I said, maybe I'm a little bit too strict to you. We can see from this story that he is honest and kind-hearted. Each year, he will come back to see me. This holiday, he also came to see me. Another feature is they have a grateful mind. In one talk of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, it was a talk from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. There were about 150 students there. No one said they will leave ahead. And after a while, they stood up and sang birthday songs in Chinese, Tibetan, and English to me, because I have mentioned that it was my birthday. I cried at that time. Some of the representatives of the students thanked to me for my sharing on traditional culture. So I think it's really a good ethnic with nice heart. I feel really happy to be with them.
You have been engaged in spreading Tibetan traditional culture, and I wonder, how do you integrate the traditional moral ethics into your teachings?
I remember a famous psychologist said the traditional Tibetan culture is like the inner science. Tibetan culture is a combination of both wisdom and compassion. It illustrates the lore of living beings, advocates positive conduct, and get rid of evil deeds being contained. Tibetan culture is in accord with 5 precepts and 10 good deeds to cleanse people's body, speech, and mind. So I recommend my students to study the Tibetan version of Students' Rule. It includes benevolence, justice, courtesy, wisdom, and faith. During the class, for example, when I was teaching A Good Heart Lean On, it's a story about his father died. After his father died, he feels regretful that he hasn't been caring his father enough. I think caring for the parents is the root of being a good man. So I instruct my students to emphasize on this. In a Tibetan classic, it also put emphasis on the forekindness of mother to instruct the students to care their parents as well as all sentient beings in this world. Since all the sentient beings have been our parents in a previous life. Another lesson is a battle against AIDS. In this class, I instructed students to cherish their life and understand the importance of our life and guide them to realize how precious our life is. It says in the sutra, the possibility of having a human life is just like the dust on the nail. Also, in a preliminary of the great perfection, there is a metaphor that the chances of getting a human life is harder than the piece on an upright needle. From the perspective of Confucianism, our body is given by our parents. It is a gift, so we need to cherish it. Also, we need to constrain our desires. I also noticed that most Tibetan students do not read books like Love Affairs or Wars. They read some books from Mipon Rinpoche. I recommended them the books of Nagarjuna and Sagapandita and the book of Junduba. Those books dealing with how to be a man and dealing with others. So this is how I combine ethnic and morality in the
in
Buddhism
teaching.
Compassion plays a very crucial role. But how can you guide the students to respect the living beings and cultivate compassion?
In this vast life, even the animals cherish their life most. No one will choose to lose their life in exchange of wealth. We're in the class of protect animals. I instructed those students not to kill animals and to protect animals as much as they can. In the great treatise on perfection of wisdom, it is said, the worst of evil is the killing, the best of virtue is no killing. I remember at one time, a friend told me there were tens of thousands of fish and fineless eel are in danger of losing lives. So he asked me to help. I asked those Tibetan students to come with me to help those lives. It has lasted for several days, and they carry those fishes. It was winter, so it's really cold. They still persist in fetching the fishes and carrying them into the Yangtze River. It's hard for the students, but they do not give up, and they feel happy to save lives. Through this process of liberating lives, their compassion are also cultivated. I remember a student fetched a fish from the river, and that fish is about to die, so he cried. He feels that the fish is his parents, so he.
挺好哈。另外我们想问一下，就是咱们的论坛呢，有好多藏地的年轻人都非常关注。
Our forum attracts much more attention from the Tibetan college students. Any advice for them? I know some Tibetan students.
我想呢，就是这个藏地的孩子呢，他们就是说呢，除了这个学习这个科学知识
I think they should not only study modern science and technology,
自己的这种民族的
but also make use of their own culture.
传统文化呢，应该产生深深的这种定解和信心。
Have faith in the traditional Tibetan culture.
就是要懂得做人的规律。
They need to understand how to deal with people and how to be a good man. I hope they can have faith in the concept of reincarnation and causality. Do as much as good virtueness as possible, and in this short life, study the traditional Tibetan culture and preserve it, and spread it as much as you can. Thank you.
咱们最后来了解一下哈，就是3位大学者哈，你们在学习藏传佛教方面
your experience and feelings in Tibetan Buddhism teaching, learning.
In 2011, I went to Peking University's China Center for Economic Research to attend a seminar. A professor there recommended to me the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, which you all know that it is written by Soga Rinpoche. He told me that this is one of the reference books for the MBA course here. At that time, my university was recruiting MBA students, so I bought this book out of curiosity. I read it at that time, but cannot understand the meaning, so I put it away. Later, a friend of mine who had many years working and studying abroad told me that in the world, Many universities like Harvard, Oxford in the UK, and many other research institutions, they all had Tibetan Buddhism research centers. And I was astonished. Now, when I read the book again, each time there will be surprise and shock. These feelings, I think, you will experience in this conference during these days. Because Buddhism, as a traditional civilized culture, shows us the truth of life and the universe. It fundamentally explains and solves the root question of life and death. This is the reason why many research institutions and universities treat Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, as the world's cultural treasure. For each of us, I think the value and methodology of Buddhism can also explain and solve the worldly problems. Like knowing cause and effect can lead us to accept reality and give up bad actions. Knowing impermanence can make us free from attachment. I don't think Buddhism is utilitarian. It doesn't aim to directing us toward great success, but to give us an inner power, to let us peacefully and calmly meet ourselves, to see the beings and the universe, and finally liberate.
Thank
you so much. And Dr. Ren. Talking about Tibetan Buddhism, this is my experience. Last year, when I'm finishing my PhD thesis, I went back to China, and I did a plan, seeing that except my thesis, I won't attend any activity, because in China there's so many social activities. So I have to require myself in this way. At that time, a senior guy called me and recommended me to attend a study group to study the way to the Bodhisattva, because he's very senior to me. And also I used to very admire Buddhism, so I just break my rule to attend that group. And I added that except my thesis and Buddhism study, I won't attend any social activities. So I attend that study group. At that time, at first time, I don't feel very comfortable because I'm so busy. My thesis is so urgent. Why am I going to this study group? But after I attending that group, I feel very confident and I feel very comfortable with my thesis. So my thesis has been finished very smoothly and successfully. Later, after I'm back to the UK, I bought an English version of The Way to Bodhisattva. But later I found that the English version is so easy to follow because translation is very lucid. Like the Xiangman Rensen is you are so free. So I'm continuing to study. And during my defense, before my defense, I felt that my thesis is very good, and I am very familiar with it. So I don't want to waste too much time on it, and I'd better spend more time on the way to Bodhisattva. So every afternoon, I'm just watching the teaching video of the way to Bodhisattva. And every day, I feel very good. But later, I heard that the other friend saying to me that due to the defects, they may lost sleep. And I was kind of surprised that I was so easy, so relaxed, and also my defense is so successful. So I feel that it is a benefit of learning Buddhism. Another thing I want to mention is that benefiting of living beings is so practical to everyone. And so practical in our real life. And another point is that after I learned Buddhism, the most benefit I feel is that I feel very good. And except the ultimate liberation of living and dying, we can connect so much merit in this life. And the last point I want to mention is that Buddhism is a truth. Why? Because the Buddhist philosophy stands up any kind of verification of SARS. Secondly, on the other hand, the scientific research can be also verified through experiments. For example, when one don't have so many conflicting emotions, he should be very easy to get success. And also, if a guy has very great aspirations to benefit people, and from the psychological point of view, this is a way to benefit people.
And Professor, may next?
After I learned the Tibetan culture, I've transformed my values. This influence cannot be replaced by money or wealth or prestige. I find a home. I find my mind home. Also, I have firmer belief in causality. My afflictions are declining. When people slander me, I know it's the retribution of harming others. When I was ill, I practiced the exchange of self and others. When favorable conditions comes, when I have too much attachment, I know all phenomena is impermanent, is illusory. It's no use having too much attachment. Just as a master said, the slightest attachment will bring about boundless suffering. Before I studied Buddha Dhamma, I do not understand the truth of this world, so I've committed countless negative karma. After I studied this, I know I need to eliminate all evilness and cultivate all goodness, rectify my mind and behaviors, and to help others to learn this culture to transcend
so much.
birth and
再次感谢
death.
三位教授。那么下面这个时间呢，我们来提问几个应该让几个学员来提问一下啊。
For you to raise questions.
教授有什么
So do you have any question?
好，这位帅哥。
Okay, this boy.
首先十分感谢
First,
三位老师用
I'm so grateful for your dialogue.
十分感谢。
Thank
我有一个
you.
问题呢，
I have a question
牛教授
for Professor Niu
经济学的
about the economics
当中有很多的悖论
because there are so many contradictory theories in economics.
因为知识产权本来呢算是一种资产，对吧？为了保护
As well know that the there is a property of the knowledge. We have the laws to protect it, but there are so many. So we have so many contradictory theories in economics. So how to protect the right of the publication and the inventions.
在这个我们的经济生活当中呢，发挥重要的作用。我就想问一下这个我们的牛教授，就是如果我们的这些经济学的这些悖论能够应用西藏的这种我们的这些。
Use the theory from Tibetan Buddhism to solve this problem and lessen the burden of government.
首先谢谢你。
Firstly, thank you for your question.
请坐。
Please sit down.
正像这位同学所说的
you just mentioned, the economics, as I've mentioned, it is based on altruism. It is based on individualism. And from this footing, the people who who write songs and create writings, some books, the rights of the products belongs to themselves. That is individualism, benefit themselves, and on the contrary, the value of Buddhism is to benefiting others, like the protecting of intellectual property, the rights of the property.
贵的原因就是什么呢？就是要向这个专利商标的发明人
we can say many things is very expensive because
就是这个发明人
we need to pay for
我觉得他是
the property, the rights, their rights.
如果是以善心，那么我想
if out of altruism,
他自己的利益和善心这两个做一个稍微的平衡
if he can make a balance between his own interest and the benefiting of others,
可能就会得到一个缓解，只是缓解，不能从根本上解决这个问题。
some solution for that, but maybe not solve the root problem. But just as you mentioned, to encourage people for creation, at the same time of our creating new things, there may be some negative effects. How to solve this problem, I think, is from the view of Buddhism, is to benefiting others. This will form a virtuous cycle. As a doctor, he maybe treat people, cure people, and then the patients may be grateful.
Yes, thank you so much.
好，我们再来问一位，这位是
Another question.
你想把机会让给别人吗？因为好像之前你也问过问题。
Would you like to ask a question, or let others ask questions?
好，行。
牛教授您好
，Professor Niu.
中国青海民族大学的一名研究生。
I'm a postgraduate from Qinghai Nationalities University.
经济的发展而导致藏族社会经济相对来说比较落后。
We know that the economic development is quite low in Tibet, but how to develop the economic development in Tibetan regions? And meanwhile, promote Tibetan Buddhism.
也谢谢您的提问。
Also, thank you for your question.
刚才我已经说了哈。
I have mentioned just now. I've been working for teaching economics for more than 30 years, but the learning of Buddhism is much less. Only 1/10 of the time of Buddhism, of economics. I think that the Tibetans they pays more attention on the wealth of spiritual. And we can see that in reality. The government have put a lot of energy and money to promote the economic of Tibetan area. And we can see that now the traffic is very convenient. And I hope that the Tibetan Buddhism can be spread around the world. Like Campo Sodaji. He traveled a lot around the world without the high technology. It is not available for him to travel to so many universities or even to the prison place to give Dharma teachings to the students and the prisoners. I think these two things collaborate with each other. I think this is good for the exchange of the Tibetans with the outer world. I don't know if I answered your question.
好，谢谢。
Thank you so much.
这样哈，时间关系，
Because the time is quite limited.
对话环节到这里就暂告一段落，我们再次把掌声送给台上3位嘉宾，
谢
谢谢你们，谢谢。
Thank you for these 3 guests.
谢谢，请到台下就坐，谢谢。
Please be seated.
咱们今天晚上的内容呢，到这里呢也是暂告一段落了。我们下面呢来介绍一下明天的一些。